Marriage, a bond built on love, commitment, and shared dreams, often transforms in unexpected ways over time. What begins as deep admiration and affection can sometimes shift into frustration, resentment, or even emotional detachment. Women who once saw their husbands as their greatest source of happiness may find themselves wondering, what changed? Why do emotions that once burned brightly fade into something colder, something distant? The truth is, these shifts rarely happen overnight. They are the result of years of evolving expectations, personal growth, and the realities of daily life. The love that once felt effortless may begin to feel like a burden, a duty rather than a desire. But why? What causes this emotional transformation? In this deep exploration, we'll uncover the hidden reasons behind this phenomenon, why some women over time begin to feel disconnected, frustrated, or even indifferent toward their husbands. More importantly, we'll shed light on how couples can navigate these challenges to rediscover a love that lasts. 1. The silent drift. Time changes everything. In the early years of marriage, everything feels fresh, exciting, and full of potential. Couples dream together, build together, and imagine a future where their love remains untouchable. But as the years pass, reality settles in. The person you fell in love with is no longer the same, and neither are you. Life molds people in different ways. What once felt charming now becomes frustrating. A husband's carefree attitude, once adorable, may now seem irresponsible. His ambitions, once admired, may now feel exhausting if they come at the expense of quality time. As life moves forward, expectations shift. In the beginning, imperfections are overlooked in the name of love. But over time, patience wears thin, and the things that were once tolerable may become deal breakers. When the fantasy collides with reality, what remains? 2. The unseen weight. Unequal responsibilities. A home is meant to be built together, yet in many marriages, the weight of responsibility falls unevenly. Women often find themselves juggling multiple roles: career, children, household management, emotional support, while their husbands contribute far less to these daily struggles. At first, this imbalance might be ignored, but year after year, the emotional and physical exhaustion builds. If a woman constantly feels like she's carrying the mental load alone, remembering birthdays, organizing schedules, making sure everything runs smoothly, it's only a matter of time before resentment takes root. A husband who once seemed like a partner may start feeling like another responsibility, another task to manage. And in that moment, love turns into something else: exhaustion, frustration, or even quiet resignation. 3. The fading flame. Intimacy and emotional distance. Love is more than companionship. It thrives on closeness, both emotional and physical. Yet as marriages progress, intimacy can become an afterthought. Physical attraction shifts, passion dulls, and in some cases, disappears altogether. For women, intimacy isn't just about sex, it's about connection. When that emotional bond weakens, physical closeness often follows. If a husband stops putting in the effort to understand his wife's emotional needs, if he no longer makes her feel desired or valued, she may begin to pull away. She might not even realize it at first, but one day she looks at him and feels something unfamiliar: distance. The words left unsaid. Communication breakdown. Marriages rarely fall apart because of one explosive fight. More often, they erode due to the thousands of small conversations that never happen. A woman voices a concern. Her husband dismisses it. It happens again and again. Over time, she stops talking. What's the point? If she isn't being heard, if her feelings are repeatedly brushed aside, she begins to retreat emotionally. And when communication dies, so does connection. Unresolved issues, whether about finances, parenting, or past betrayals, create invisible walls between partners. The silence becomes louder than any argument. And once that wall is fully built, breaking through it feels impossible. 5. A new sense of self, personal growth, and changing priorities. Life isn't static. People evolve. And as women grow older, many begin to experience a deep transformation. For years, they may have defined themselves through their roles: wife, mother, caretaker. But then something shifts. A realization dawns. Who am I outside of this marriage? Some women find themselves longing for independence, adventure, or new experiences. They start questioning if they've sacrificed too much of themselves in the process of keeping their marriage intact. And if their husbands haven't grown alongside them, if they haven't shown effort in deepening the relationship, the gap between them widens. What once felt like a shared journey now feels like two people walking different paths. 6. The mirror of time changes in attraction. Aging changes people, physically and emotionally. A woman may no longer feel as confident in her body, and if her husband doesn't express affection the way he once did, insecurity can creep in. She might wonder, does he still find me attractive? And if the answer feels uncertain, resentment builds, not just toward him, but toward herself. At the same time, if a husband neglects his own physical or emotional well-being, his wife may feel less drawn to him. Attraction isn't just about appearance. It's about energy, effort, and connection. If that fades, so does the desire to be close. 7. The weight of worry, financial stress, and unmet expectations. Money problems can break even the strongest bonds. Whether it's debt, job loss, or disagreements about spending, financial stress has a way of exposing deeper cracks in a marriage. If a woman feels like she's carrying the financial burden alone, or if she believes her husband isn't taking their future seriously, trust begins to erode. She may start to see him not as a life partner, but as a source of additional stress. And stress, over time, kills affection. 8. The need for respect. Feeling unseen and undervalued. At the core of every strong marriage is respect. Without it, love struggles to survive. As women age, they become more aware of how they are treated. If they feel unheard, unappreciated, or taken for granted, the love they once felt can turn into something colder. A husband who assumes his wife will always be there, who stops acknowledging her efforts, is unknowingly pushing her away. Because no matter how much love once existed, no one stays where they feel unvalued. 9. The desire for more. When routine becomes a cage, some women reach a point where they crave more. More passion, more excitement, more meaning. They want to break free from the monotony that life has settled into. If their husbands don't share this desire for growth and new experiences, a woman may begin to feel trapped in a life that no longer excites her, and that, more than anything, can create emotional distance. Can love be restored? The answer isn't simple. Every marriage has its own story, its own struggles. But what's certain is this: ignoring these issues only makes them worse. Couples who openly communicate, who acknowledge the shifts in their relationship and work to address them, have a fighting chance. Love isn't about staying the same. It's about growing together. A marriage that once thrived can thrive again, but only if both partners are willing to put in the effort. Because in the end, the question isn't, why does love fade? It's, are we willing to fight for it?